I think this game, for the most part, went exactly how we, as Duck fans, wanted it to go, if not even better. Um, so we're going to start off one immediately. Of course, I love the uniforms. The uniforms were, it was a nice change up. The yellow with the black wings. That was sleek, but as usual, uh, always a good look. In Autzen Stadium, just to be back in Autzen Stadium for the homecoming game, that was amazing. And of course, the audience, the crowd, the noise is just as real as you would expect it to be. So, props to every fan that was there. I know our guy here through Voice of College Football, especially our Patreon for Mark, Eric, he was live at that show or at the game. Sorry. He was live there, so that's why he's not doing the post game right now because he was live there. I see. I don't know, Mikey, if you were at that game or not, or if you were at home watching it. But regardless, I'm sure either way, you are as excited as anyone to see the outcome. You know, just to see how that game came down to. And same with you, Tony. Um, you know, I think we expect this game to. This is exactly how we expected it to come out and play out, but it turned out probably better than we expected. So let's go over. My notes are a little all over the place. I actually had notes on one page. I had notes on another page for later in the game. So yeah, it kind of got a little messed up. But yeah, the odds and atmosphere, of course, amazing. Night game, always gotta love it. Uh, let's just look at it. First drive, for instance, up tempo, Winnington running the ball looked great. Fourth down, we went for it. There were some miscues. But Ferguson had that touchdown catch with a nice stiff arm. Uh, you know, looked great. Second drive, Knicks. I mean, we had touchdown drives. Like I think it was 7 out of 7 drives we have touchdowns. It was absolutely amazing, and it's the same thing, just like last week with Georgia. A bunch of different looks. We had a bunch of read options. You know, obviously our passing was on point this game. Something I needed to look up was the actual official box scores, or I don't want to say box scores, but official stats for the game. But I was waiting for them to load because, of course, the Pac-12 network. I actually just got it today. That's why I was able to watch this game. So I was waiting for the official scores to show because they were showing some stats, but they hadn't fully loaded yet. And I still don't think these stats are correct. It says total yardage, Oregon 537, Eastern Washington 79. I don't think that's correct. I'm sure Eastern Washington had a few more yards than that. But the overall final score of the game was 70-14, which is amazing. I think that's what we all wanted to see. Yes, exactly. There were some really good plays in this game, not just offensively but defensively. And I think this is exactly that type of game that we needed to see from this team. One, for the coaching staff to go, okay, what do we do? Schematically, we work on it. Offensively and defensively, everyone, all the players and staff, build confidence, refocus, and execute. And that's what we needed to see. And this is exactly that type of game we needed to have. And Eastern Washington is no slouch of a team. Don't sleep on Eastern Washington. They are, or well, they might not be now, but they were ranked number 11 in the entire FCS. And we played Eastern Washington before back in 2015, after the year after Vernon Adams, when he transferred to us. from Eastern Washington, and they put up 42 on us. And the year before, with Vernon Adams, Eastern Washington beat Oregon State at Corvallis. So let's not forget, Eastern Washington, rather, I apologize. Eastern Washington is not a slouch of a team by any means. They are a well-coached team. Their coach, Coach Best, I believe it is in his 6th season as the head coach there. So they are still under a significant head coach, but their staff, I believe, their DC and their OC are first year this year. So we'll see what happens with them, but they're a solid team.